Howdy ho, guys and gals. Welcome back to Den of Tools. Today is Monday. It's September 8th, which means it's time for, say it with me, Deals of the Week! We got a ton of smoking deals here for you. It is, I don't know what's going on. It's September, Labor Day is past, but we got a whole bunch of deals on a lot of great stuff. We're going to jump into it. First of all, I want to thank today's sponsor, and that, of course, is Brooklyn Bedding. They've been a long-time sponsor and supporter of the channel. I sleep on their mattresses. The kids sleep on their mattresses. My friends sleep on their mattresses. We have their mattresses in the RV and at home. I just can't say enough about them. They're all made down in Phoenix, Arizona, and they have just top-tier customer support. I love everything they do. Now, they're still doing their extended Labor Day sale for 25% off, but if you use my coupon code, it's going to get you 30%. True story. Anyway, I got to tell you, I've been talking a lot about their Copper Flex, which is their nice little inexpensive, let's call it less expensive. It's their version of a budget. It's not super cheap, but you know what? My favorite is still the Aurora Lux. The Aurora Lux is the top tier. You almost feel guilty sleeping on it. You do want to get, especially if you're a bigger guy, you want to get it in medium firmness, and you want to get it with the pillow top, because that's it. That's the whole 9 yards right there. Limited lifetime warranty. They've got 120-night trial. They've got free shipping. They've been, voted. Look at all the awards and stuff they got. We've talked about them enough on this channel. You should know all about it. But that said, you can pause the video here if you want to see all the different layers and stuff they have in it. I absolutely love sleeping on this mattress because I don't normally get good sleep, or at least I didn't used to, and now I do thanks to Brooklyn Bedding. And I'm not the only one. We've had other people. You can ask around the channel, ask other people and stuff for the comment and whatnot. They're fantastic mattresses. And if you're happening going to be in Hershey, Pennsylvania, this week, the 10th through the 14th, it's the largest RV show in America. And if you're going to the show, they're going to have a booth there. I don't remember the booth numbers. I'll put it down below in the links, as well as my code and everything. Go and use those, and you can check them out. They'll actually have the mattresses there. You can lay down on one. You can see for yourself what we're all talking about. All right, let's get into the rest of the deals because, as I said, we got a lot of hot ones here. All right. First off, we got the Klein tool here with the folding utility pocket knife here with the Hawkbill. I like those Hawkbill knives. Great for all sorts of stuff. This one's coming in lowest price in 30 days at $15.98. Then we've got the Vessel. Guys, if you're not keyed in on Vessel screwdrivers, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I like there's a lot of great ones. The Weha is fantastic. Weha's fantastic. There's a lot of good ones out there, but the Vessel they just keep killing it, especially at the price point for you. If you're looking especially for mechanics style screwdrivers, these things are fantastic. Super cushion, JIS drive, which means no more stripping out Phillips screws there. Coming in at $36.10 on that one. Then we've got the ball grip, if you like that style. And I'm a huge fan of the ball grip on it. It seems weird until you hold one in your hand and then you just get it. 4-piece set, red and blue, slotted in Phillips there. Coming in, not Phillips, JIS. Coming in at $26. That's 16% off. All right, then we've got the Strabito. I always pronounce this incorrectly. The mini ratchet here, 12-piece, quarter-inch right-angle ratchet. It even has a little socket at the end, so it can be used as a standard screwdriver style down there. You get the whole set here coming in for $9. Lowest price in 30 days on that one. Then we got, this one was sent in, I'll be honest, sent in by a viewer. I don't know anything about it. It's $10. It's a $10 mini air pump. I don't think I would carry this in my car. Well, I got big trucks and stuff, so I'm definitely not going to. But I would definitely test it out a bunch before I relied on this. But, if you just wanted something around the house, around the shop, so the kids can inflate their bike tires and footballs and basketballs and all that kind of stuff, for $10, hey, here you go. Run wild, right? All right, next up, we've got the Expando pliers. If you're familiar with vice grips, aka locking pliers, same thing but reversed. It's for creating space rather than closing it up. It gets in there and it spaces it out so you can get it positioned just perfectly. Coming in 10-inch reverse action clamping pliers, 900 pounds of force, coming in from Strong Hand Tools, normally 40 bucks. It's on sale for $32.87. All right, now this one, again, sent in by a viewer. I've got I've got newer cars, but I've also got some older stuff. And I love driving my Suburban, but then I get in my Suburban and I try to do something and I'm like, oh, I don't have that. How about this? TPMS, which is nice to have, but there's some really expensive systems out there. This thing, check it out. So you got the caps that go on your tires, and then this just plugs into your cigarette lighter. For those of you who don't know what that is, ask your grandpa there. He'll tell you about it. Apparently, a lot of kids don't know what cigarette lighters are these days. Kids, I'm talking like my son, who's 20 almost. I guess just turned 19. Anyway, he burned himself pretty good on one of my BMW because I didn't explain to him what a cigarette lighter was, because who does? Anyway, the plugs in your cigarette, gives you all four in a nice, broad, bright readout all at once. You don't have to page through it or anything. That's fantastic. Now, it says it will do it on an RV. I don't know exactly what the distance is on something like that. Maybe on a smaller RV it would. I doubt it would do it on a trailer. That's a long broadcast range, and those little caps are going to have little tiny antennas, but for 30 bucks, maybe it's worth a try. All right, then we've got the buffer polisher from Dongcheng Tools. You know, if you're going to be swinging your Dongcheng polisher around. Now, it's this was, again, sent in by a viewer. He really apparently likes it. 20% off right now, off of $32. So that's going to take $6 and change off of that, making that sub $30 for a 600, 3500 RPM 7-inch mini polisher. Not a bad choice right there. All right, then we got this one. This was sent in by Topdon. not by a viewer. Actually, Topdon sent this to me, and I've actually got their older version, and they sent this because, Apple's now switching back to USB, and they're all USB-C, so they can have one that just works with all of them. There's a little semi-rigid case you get with it. Open it up, and that's the unit. It is, it's small. It snaps right on your phone. You just take your phone like this. I haven't set up the app on this one yet, so you just plug it in, and now you've got a thermal camera. Oh, it's actually trying to download it. Okay. Anyway, there we go. I thought it was like, do I have the app? No. Anyway, so that allows you to turn your phone with a nice big screen. I've shown a lot of those little thermal guns, and they have a little tiny screen on it. Nice big screen. It's not going to give you the same level of detail. I mean, if you look at the camera on it, the camera's going to be kind of small. But by the way, picture is, I don't know if you focus, deer in the street in town, because they are all the time. They know it's hunting season, and they're all flocking into town to be like, ha, come and get us. Anyway, it's $248 for this thing, which is not super cheap and stuff like that, but that's 27% off the list price because, let's face it, those other ones are fairly pricey. This gets you always have your phone with you anyway. You just snap it in there, and now you can check all sorts of stuff. It's great for not just like, checking windows to see if you got, windows around the corner, checking the windows to see if you got a heat leak, checking the barbecue for hot spots. That's a great one. Looking at your barbecue and be able to figure out, hey, I've got a hot zone over here. I need to manage that. How about this? One of the best ones I've used it for, I was having some issues where I was wondering if I was getting coolant over to the other side of the engine, and there's a big hose at the front, and you can kind of grab it, and you should be able to feel it, but, it was older and stiffer and stuff, so I just pointed the thermal gun at it, and, oh, look, you can see the fluid running right through it. So great uses for stuff like that. All right, anyway, WorkPro, the paint sprayer, they've come out with a new 600 watt HVLP, that's high volume, low pressure paint sprayer here, 3 spray patterns with it. You've seen this style before, it's very Wagner-esque, and I'm guessing a patent expired because everyone and their brother's coming out with one. But look at this, normally $50, it's on sale for $40, and there's a coupon price that's going to take it down to $36. All right, then we've got some more WorkPro for you. In fact, I got 2 of them. I got the WorkPro 22-piece ratcheting wrench set. So this is a flex head ratcheting wrench set in the blow molded case. It's on sale for $89.99. And then we've got the standard ratcheting wrench with the teeth. Look at this. with the teeth. That's very similar to some other brands, you know, the ones I'm talking about. Coming in at $80, there's a coupon price, takes it down to $68. Now, I've got a coupon code that I'm going to put down below that's going to lower the price on that, but I've got both of those. They actually sent me both these wrench sets, and I can show you the quality. Let me bring this up here on full screen. Come here. Here's the full quality on this one. Nice flex on it. Stays where you put it. Doesn't flop around a whole bunch. It doesn't have teeth on this end. This one actually, this one does not have teeth in it. This is just the standard. I don't know why they do 12 point. Everyone does 12 point in ratchet wrenches. I'm like, I guess there are 12 points, you know, bolts and stuff out there. I don't, you know, I don't have a BMW anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. And then the other set, this is the one, actually I'm kind of more excited about this set. It has the black satin finish, which actually I like the feel in my hand. Am I the only one who likes that? I do think the gold is a little blingy. I'm like, seriously, I didn't know this was Pimp My Tools. But that said, if you can see in there, you can see the teeth on this thing, and that does actually work. That does actually get in there, grab it, and makes it a little bit stronger. So, although remember, ratchet wrenches aren't meant exactly to be breaker bars. But if you've got a strip bolt and you got to get it in there, this is not a bad set. I'm not going to sit there and tell you it's a professional set. It's not a non-skip, it's a skip set, all right? So make sure it doesn't skip the things that you need. But again, we have a discount code on it. You'll have to tell me what discount code you get on it when you try it out. Put it down below in the comments, but there's the two options right there. All right, then we're over again on WorkPro again. This one just happened to pop up. The rotary tool set here. This is a fantastic rotary. If you've got a rotary tool, and y'all have rotary tools, right? So who doesn't at this point? Was it 476 piece? I just love the case and the butterfly, and you get all your bits, easy access to everything. This thing's coming in at normally $25. It's on sale with coupon down to $23.74. All right, then we got the tank. I got to tell you, I see so many, and I've looked for a ratcheting strap deal specifically because this. I was, you know, I do this work at the off-road racing park, and I saw a guy last race show up with some ratchet straps that were, I don't know how his rig was still on there. And I looked at him like, you need some new ratchet straps. He goes, oh, you know, I've had those for years. They're fine. No, ratchet straps are a consumable, all right? They don't last that long. They're out there in the sun, the UV's hitting them, the weather's hitting them, the constant friction on the road, vibrating. They're a consumable. You need to be buying new ratchet straps every so often. You need to be checking them for fray and UV damage and all that kind of stuff. So every so often, you need to be picking up a new set of ratchet straps. You know, it comes with a nice case. You're getting 4 sets there, a couple bungees on top of it. Nice little set there for $30, normally $35. All right, then we got the 43-piece laminate flooring install set by Weha. I don't know how to pronounce it. Weha, who knows? Nice little mallet. You got the little pry bar, which is perfect for doing this kind of install. It's going to help you get everything set up just right and get up against those baseboards and whatnot. You got all the spacers and everything ready to go. Installing your own laminate is not only pretty easy, when you get done, it feels really good. It was the first job. Now, I've built houses and stuff like that, but my wife's never done stuff like that. So when we had our first house, we wanted to redo one of the rooms, and we ripped out the floor and everything else, and we put laminate in, and she was like, wow, this is really cool. And because it is really cool how quickly it does change a room. And for $25, that's a heck of a deal there. Now we got some more stuff from them. If you're just looking for some rubber mallet, kind of soft face kind of stuff, $21.59, 10% off on that combo there for the 2-pack. Then we got the nut driver set, 3/16 all the way up to 1/2 inch. Their hollow shaft also, just in case that, you know, that's an issue for you. But they're coming in at $18, lowest price in 30 days. Then we got the car circuit tester. Now, a lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of videos, Harbor Freight's got one of these, and the Harbor Freight one is nice. It is, in fact, I would even say it's nicer than this one. It's got, I think, 1 or 2 more adapters, and then the adapters have like a flexible cord on it, so it makes it easier to get into smaller places. But if you don't need that, why spend the money? This is cheaper, coming in with the coupon down to $17.24. If you don't understand how these work, mostly they're for checking parasitic drain, but other things, you grab the fuse that you're using out of the car and you pop it in right there, and then this plugs into that fuse, and then it tells you, if you like the car's off, you plug this in, and if you see juice running and it's not supposed to be, there you go, you found it. Because I'll tell you what, trying to find some of those parasitic draws is a nightmare. I hate that. Like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about having to chase those things down. So anyway, for $17.24, that is a cheap solution. All right, then, you know what? Winter's coming up. People are going to be running heaters and stuff like that. I know some of you are going to be running propane and what carbon monoxide detector. It just plugs into an outlet. It's $18. It's going to keep you alive, all right? It is a small, very small piece of security to know that, you know, that you're going to be there tomorrow. Because I don't want to, every year I pick up the newspaper or read an article online and something's happened to somebody who was running a heater inside, a propane heater that shouldn't have. And for other things also probably not a bad idea to have. You're working on engines and stuff in the shop. As I said, it's getting cooler. We're moving more stuff back inside. Just be safe. It's $18, folks. All right, wrong way. Let's keep going. Then we got, speaking of keeping yourself safe, how about the Vilsen True Color Auto Darkening Welding Helmet? Not nearly as exciting as that anime one we did last time, huh? But you're coming in with the coupon price $28.79 on that one. All right, then we got the automotive circuit tester here. This is a smart version. It isn't just the one where you click the contact there and see if you get a light. This will do a little bit more than that. It's a flashlight, it's backlit, it's got a voltmeter, it's going to check for polarity and resistance and all that. So it's kind of a multimeter all in one. Normally is $17.69. It's on sale for $16.80, but the coupon knocks this thing all the way down to $13.44. All right, then we've got the Axe. I can't pronounce these things. The 25-in-1. This is a precision screwdriver set. Now, understand, this one is not electric, okay? Even though they show it sparking for some reason. It's a non-electric set, but you know what? It's a nice little set. Again, good precision set. It's got the top of it there, has a little swivel on it so you can hold it, makes it easy to swivel. Gotta love all that knurling in there. That's nice, it fits right in your pocket. It's $8. $8. Christmas is not that far away. Not wrong to be shopping early for Christmas presents at $18. Stocking stuffer on stocking stuffer on stocking stuffer. How about something for yourself? How about a Craftsman torque wrench, 3/8 drive? Talk about some precision stuff here. Normally $90 on this one, $90, but it's almost 20% off, taking it down to $72.52. Then we've got the Craftsman Classic Multi-Bit 6-in-1 with the acetate handle there. This is, I just missed the fact that it still doesn't say USA behind it. But if you want that classic Craftsman look and feel in your hand for $9, am I the only one? I know they said they were going to bring stuff back to the U.S. and it failed, but damn, they tried. All right, they put a lot of money. Was it $2 billion into that thing, and it just flushed that down the toilet because it didn't work out. I got to give them some credit for that. And every time I see Craftsman, gives me the warm fuzzies. I'm a Craftsman fan bear from when I was a little cub, and it's I don't know. It's the guilty pleasure. Any of you have that same kind of feeling? I can't help myself. All right. Speaking of which, how about the Craftsman Overdrive? We're talking about the ones with the teeth. This is the set. This is everything about this is good. I mean, it could be better. It could have more wrenches. Yeah, I get it. It could also cost more money and stuff. But still, if you want a set that's going to do it all as a home gamer, and it's anti-slip, and it's going to get all the bolts and everything, and you got wrenches, and you got deeps, and you got shallows, and you got 3 ratchets. There's some filler in there. There's an okay amount of filler. It's a decent blow molded case. It's $150 on sale. That is just, and it's in the gunmetal chrome, which I really like in the Craftsman. I'm not a fan of the raised panel. It's not the most comfortable thing in the hand. The gunmetal, it feels good. It's easy to clean. $149 on that. All right, then the Craftsman Trade Stack. We've talked about this. It's the big brother to the not Stack Tech, to the T-Stack and VersaStack system, and it does come with a plate so that you can integrate those together for $150. For a large size system like that, you're not going to come close with anybody else. And then we've got the VersaStack for $109. This is just your basic stack system. This is, I think, the one I started with. You got decent little wheels. You got the little parts tray up top. I still say the VersaStack and T-Stack. If you know, DeWalt has the T-Stacks, and they're interchangeable. They're the same thing. They're just different colors. So you will end up with a ketchup mustard kind of look, but you'll get over that super quick. They're not quite as big. They're a little bit smaller, but for the home gamer, these are the best systems out there. I really swear by them because there's just so many combos. There's so many parts to them. But you do have to find them on sale, otherwise the price gets a little high. But when they're on sale, you can't come close to them. $109 on this set. All right, then we got the Skil. Look at this, 1/2-inch mid-torque with the 4-amp-hour battery, with the power jump charger, all of that there. And look at the light ring on that. You're going to see what's going on. For a 1/2-inch mid-torque, full kit there. I mean, it's normally $170. Okay, $152, that's a decent price. But no, we got a coupon on this. Look at this. The coupon's going to drop it to $106.47. You're saving $45 on that. That is a heck of a deal. All right, and then we got the Skil contractor blade. You know, I was just talking about doing flooring. This is your flooring saw right here. Put those two together to $150. It's 25% off. Can you do flooring with a regular like miter saw? Yes, that's what we did. But then I did some with a buddy with one of these, and it's so much easier. It's just faster. It's easier. And because it's on that track, you don't have to be as cognizant of the safety. You still need to be safe. I mean, I'm a YouTuber. I got to tell you, safety first. Right. But it is a lot easier. You can just zip and you're done and you're back to installing, and you can knock out a room in no time flat. It is ridiculous how fast flooring can go in if you get your prep work and everything else done first and done right. All right, then we got one of my favorite recip saws out there with the Buzzkill technology. This is a great recip here. It's coming in normally at $140. It's 18% off, down to $114.22. I do say, ergonomic wise, I like it better than the Milwaukee. And the Milwaukee was the first like serious corded power tool I ever bought. And you know, granted that was a long time ago. Anyway, I can't say enough about this. It says right there, deal selling fast. It's moving quick. 114, you have to jump all over that one. All right, this is another one of these tools that does not get the love that it deserves. This thing is fantastic. I think what happened is, a lot of guys remember when it came out, it was kind of shown as like the hobbyist saw, and you can make nice little cuts, and it's super safe, blah, blah, blah. That's great. It does do all that. But even in a real shop, even for guys who are really, building stuff, there's a lot of times you need to make little detail cuts and stuff like that. And yeah, you can get out a coping saw and you can throw it in a vise and you can do all that. Or you can just walk right over, kick the button, just vroom, vroom, done, walk away. That's what I love about this saw. It's a small footprint. You shove it over in a corner, and for doing little detail work, it's fantastic. It's basically a jigsaw upside down in a box, aka we call it a saber saw back in the day, for $135. Now this used to be cheaper, and you used to be able to get into a movie for $5, but you know how that went. Anyway, this is the new low price at $135. I think it's a must-have. If you've got all your other tools, you don't have this one. This is, again, it's one of these I told you so kind of tools where people are hesitant, and then months later they finally break down, they get it, and then I get an email going, oh my gosh, you were so right. Why didn't I do this sooner? All right, then we got the WorkPro mini circ saw there. Coming in here, was it 5.8 amp, 3,500 RPM. It's a 4.5-inch blade, wood, PVC, tile, cement block, that kind of stuff. You can do all sorts of cuts with these little saws. Now this is corded, it's not cordless. Comes with a bag, comes with a couple blades, comes with some guides, even the dust adapter. Lowest price in 30 days, coming in at $80 on that one. All right, then we got the come on, we've all heard of this brand. QDKY, I don't know. I've never heard it, but send in my viewer. We'll see how it goes. But that's it. It does look surprisingly like a Rikon. And most of those do come out of the same factory. Maybe it's a factory second. I don't know. But it's got some good reviews. Let's see, does it have a fish hook on it? No fish hook at all. The viewer who sent it in said he absolutely loves it for a 10-inch saw. And if you've used a 9-inch miter saw, they're basically a step above or on par with that Blade Runner thing I was showing you. They're the kind of thing you walk up, you do little detail cuts. It's kind of like a scroll saw, that kind of thing. This is a step up, all right? The 10-inch saw, I have a 10-inch bandsaw, and I don't use it as much as I used to, but when I do, you definitely feel the quality in it. And this is, I mean, you've got a fence on it, you've got the guide, you got everything else. It's not a bad saw if it's up to the same level of quality from everything else. And looking at the build on it, I think it is. All right, let's keep going here. We got, just talking about scroll saws, the Win 16-inch easy access blade changes, lowest price in 30 days. Do you remember? He remembers Win. Come on, we got to say it. It's $100 there, folks. All right, then we got the Buck Tool 12-inch 6.2 amp benchtop drill. This is, look, it's even got the friggin' lasers. I don't know about Sharks, but it comes with the lasers. Trying to find a good deal on a benchtop drill is a hard one. I'm checked every week, folks. And, you know, Buck Tool, again, coming through with it. Normally $290. It's on sale with coupon for $260.36. All right, then we got, again, more Win. This is the thing with Win. When they do benchtop sales, it's like everything. And then there won't be another sale for a year. Are they the best out there? No. They're kind of like the old school Harbor Freight. They're like halfway between the old school and the new school Harbor Freight. The cheap stuff is pretty cheap. The better stuff is better. It's never what I would call quite prosumer. It's definitely like, you know, homeowner budget kind of grade. But for that, it's not a bad option, okay? This is, some people have been asking for benchtop joiners. Here we got an 8-inch spiral blade with extending tables. It's 10% off, takes it down to $406. Then we got the 6-inch, again with the spiral blade, and it's coming in at $273.83 on that one. Then we've got the benchtop planer again. But as we were talking before, it's kind of a trend. Spiral blade on this one. If you guys don't know, so the base blade is 2 blades. It's basically 2 long blades that whirl around like this. And they have a 3-blade that's better. It's a third better. And then you get into a spiral blade, okay? And then after that, it's the helical blade. And the spiral blade is little bitty blades all set in a, say it with me, in a spiral. There you go. And that makes a better, smoother cut. And they're also easier to replace because if you chip one, you can replace one tiny blade, not the entire blade. $413, that's 12% off on that. Then we've got, and I had to include it because I'm always talking about Buck Tool because they're the only one who makes a good one that's on sale anymore. Here's your Jet. And I was a Jet fanboy. Have been still, again, in my heart of hearts. I still want to love Jet. I do. I want to. But, I mean, on sale, $389. You're $90 for an 8-inch. Granted, it's an 8-inch. 1 horsepower. I give you all that, but it's almost $400 for a grinder and a wire wheel. All right, let me know down in the comments. What do you think? Am I being too hard on Jet? Do you think the quality is there to support that price? All right, here's Buck Tool, 8-inch dual speed bench grinder and buffer, low and high speed. So it's a dual speed. This one is, I believe it's a single speed. Yeah, single speed, dual speed. Yeah, anyway, 180. What was it, 182? Oh, sorry, there's a coupon takes it into 163. I don't believe it's a 1 horsepower. It's a half horsepower. There you go. It's a half. That's clearly why. All right, then we're back with Win. I got a couple lathes here for you. Actually, I got 3 lathes, but only 2 Win lathes. So this is the budget smaller Win lathe. It's a 12-inch by 18-inch. It's a 5-speed. It's just your basic, budget starter kind of lathe. It's coming in at $278. And then we've got the bigger 6-amp variable speed 14 by 20. It's coming in at $613. Well, $612.69. Call it $613. All right, and then we got the metal lathe, the mini metal lathe, 9-inch by 24 benchtop metal lathe, 3-jaw chuck, 30,000 RPM, and it's normally $1,300, but it's got a coupon that's going to knock it down to $1,220. You get all the tools, everything set up there. So if you've been looking to get into the mini lathe, that might be an option here for you, all right? Free delivery on that, by the way. All right, then we're over. Let's talk about some hand tools. We got the GearWrench 14-piece, 12-point stubby ratcheting wrenches. I got to tell you, unless you're in a trade where you're doing this one kind of work all the time and you always need stubbies, for most people, the stubby is that I occasionally need it kind of tool. But again, it's one of those when you need it, brother, you need it, all right? And there's nothing else that's going to make up for it except for maybe a regular size wrench and a grinder. So 54.23 for 14-piece, 12-point ratcheting wrenches. Maybe a better option than cutting one of your regular wrenches short. So think about that. All right, then we got the SK. Talk about if you want a bit driver set. Look at this. Looks surprisingly like my WorkPro, though, doesn't it? Which, considering they're both owned by Great Star, is not that surprising. Anyway, but what you're looking at here is a bigger kit. So you're getting essentially the same screwdriver. And by the same screwdriver, I mean, you tell me. Is that the same screwdriver? Here, let me pull up just the... that. Wait a minute. There we go. That looks like the same screwdriver to me. But anyway, I love this screwdriver. I think it's a fantastic screwdriver. But mine didn't come with a case. I would probably have liked it had it come with that nice case with all the extra bits in there in lovely SK green. Again, I'm an SK fanboy from way back in the day, and I can't help myself. All right, so sue me. All right, anyway, Duratech. Let's talk about Duratech, all right? 3/8 drive Crowfoot wrench set. It comes in the foam. I've talked about Crowfoot before. Again, it's one of those when you need it, nothing else will do. You got a couple extensions with it. For the home gamer for $25.49, that is a must-have set of tools. Then we got the Weha. Again, fantastic professional grade screwdrivers at a prosumer grade price. Weha makes some of the best in the business. These are not the insulated screwdriver. Don't be sticking these in the socket. You'll be shocked how not insulated they are. $67.70 on that 12-piece set with a couple stubbies there thrown in. All right, then we're back with GearWrench with some scrapers. Dual material wide scraper, nice comfort grip handle on it. $32.80, that's 22% off. And look at this. Amazon tells us that customers usually keep this item. Good to know. All right, then we got the GearWrench ratcheting wrenches here. Not ratchet wrenches, sorry, ratchets. I got ratchet wrenches on mine. You got the 3-piece set here. This is 90-tooth locking flex head with the comfort grip handle in 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. That's a nice set there for $126. $126 for, so like for the price of one actual tool truck ratchet, you can get 3 locking flex head and comfort grip with a 90 tooth. Yeah, count me in on that one. $126. All right, then we got the Duratech. There's not one, that's a whole set. There we go. I've talked about these, the extra long ratcheting wrench set there. One side is, let me see if I pulled it up. There you go. So one side's box and one side's ratcheting on this. And you're getting the foam tray, everything with it. It's a 9-piece count, 8 through 22. Yes, there are some skips in there, but you get the EVA foam. It's with the coupon price on it. It's coming in at just under $58. Call it $58. I gotta tell you, if you have not used extended wrenches like this, you're missing out. You use the non-ratchet end, you get it all the way in there, you break it, flip it around, ratchet, and it's off. You've been there. You know there's sometimes down in that engine bay, you don't want to break that thing right there, and it's a pain in the ass. This is what's going to get you there. All right? 60, was it? Sorry, not 60, 57.59. All right, then more Duratech. We got this one I've showed. I have this, bought it myself. It's in my socket tray. I think I bought it myself. I bought one of them. Anyway, maybe bought it myself. Maybe they sent it to me. Who knows? 22-piece drive, extension set with swivels, 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. All of it with the foam tray, 22-piece for $38. All right, then we got the Tecton 1/4 inch drive set. This is the full set here, all right? Deeps and shallows with the ratchet, with the extensions, with the drive handle, and the blow molded case. coming in 12% off. That's 2 more than you're going to get from Tekton themselves, coming in at a flat $60. All right, this is a nice set, all right? Ever since Tekton came out with these hard handle, well, let me pull it up. Ever since Tekton came out with these hard handle sets, I really like them. And, you know, I've got some pick sets. I've got like the Icon and I've got the cheap little Harbor Freight, but I'm gonna like, you know what? I want one big pick set. I'm gonna have to order this actually. I'm gonna add that to cart right now here, so I don't forget it. I'm actually gonna buy that because at $61, that's a nice comprehensive set, and I use small pick stuff for, good grief, all the time. All right. Anyway, let's keep going here. We've got the Tekton ratchet set here, the 3-piece with the comfort grip coming in. Now this is, unlike a lot of these, this has got the quick release on it. It's got a nice handle. It's different than most of them. It's a little softer. Like if you're familiar with the old school comfort grip, that's not really comfort. I mean, it's rounded and stuff, but it's a hard plastic. This is a softer plastic. It's not like a squishy, super soft, but you can get your fingernails easily into it, that kind of stuff. At least on the black part. The red part's a harder part. Also, it's not perfectly round. It's oblong, so it's easier to index in your hand and fits more naturally in your hand. Because I don't know about you, when I grip something, my hand isn't round. Anyway, 3-piece set here, coming in for $86. That's 14% off. So you're gonna 4% over the Tekton savings with, you know, that 10% back on it. Then we got Bondhus. These are not screwdrivers. I don't know why they call them. They're ball drivers. I had a girlfriend like that. Anyway, coming in at $20.57. I joke. I kid, folks. I kid. Coming in at a set of 7. They're the ball end like Allen keys, but as a screwdriver with this nice, and again, made in USA because they're Bondhus. Coming in at 9% off, down to $20.57. All right, then we're over with Capri. Again, another one of these tool truck alternatives. Again, with the, we often call these the, you know, the tools when I say you don't need them all the time, but when you do, you really do. We call them the get out of jail free tools, all right? Because you get, you know, you got that one job and you get there and you're like, well, crap, what am I going to do? I got to run to the store. I got to buy, I got to order something online. It's going to be 3 days. No, if you already have them, the slim in wrench set here, 1/4 to 3/4, 4-piece from Capri. Very nice. I mean, Capri makes great stuff. They really do. If anybody's using any Capri stuff, you know how good the quality is. $28.18 on that one. All right, then we got another 3-piece set. I'm giving you options here, folks. Giving you options. 3-piece ratchet set, 1/4, 3/8, 1/2 inch, 90 tooth, not the quick release, standard pear style head on it. Contoured handle, but not a comfort handle. With the SK green, because they got rid of the freaking knurling. Who does that? Come on, Great Star, get your act together. Get the knurling back. Make knurling great again. I'm going to start selling hats. 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch. Would you buy a hat that says make knurling great again? Let me know down in the comments. I got a hat press right over there. I could make some hats. All right. Anyway, Lang Tools. Look at this. 12-piece fixed tip combo internal and external snap ring plier set. Lang makes fantastic stuff. That's just a great set right there. That's a huge, comprehensive set of tools there. 0, 45, 90 degree. You're getting pretty much everything you could possibly think of for a snap ring set. All of that in one set. The one thing is kind of making me sad on, I don't see made in USA on this, which would be nice considering the freaking Harbor Freight ones are made in the US. I don't know, maybe it is and they just didn't put it on it. You could check. Reviewed it, I don't see anything here. It seems sometimes people comment where it was made. I don't see anything particular there, but still $98.23 for, I mean, a really comprehensive set of Lang tools there. Yes, and as you can see, I was checking like Matco. I was like, who knows? Let's check. I see a lot of stuff on Amazon. I'm like, I wonder if everyone's selling Matco tools. Apparently not. Anyway, let's keep going here. The Capri 3/8 low profile flex head, 72 tooth, 5-degree swing arc. It's a good solid. I mean, is Capri the GOAT? I don't know. I mean, I like their little icon, their logo there. It's a cute little goat. They're good ratchets. All right. Don't get me wrong. They're good ratchets. Maybe you want something a little different than everybody else or that kind of stuff. Makes it a lot easier when you're working in a shop and people are like, Is that your ratchet? Well, does anybody else here have a Capri? No, so it's my ratchet. Hands off. Anyway, 30 bucks, lowest price in 30 days. Pretty good on something like that. All right, then we got the Fantic X9 Pro Portable Tire Inflator. Again, this is gonna be for bikes, motorcycles, smaller things, Subarus, that kind of stuff. No, I'm joking, but I don't know, maybe it'll do a Subaru. Is that a Subaru? That's probably a Subaru. Anyway, the coming in at $60 on that, 17% off. All right, I've got a proposition for you. How many people have seen the Makita coffee maker and been like, I wish my brand had a coffee maker, blah, blah, blah. It's on sale right now, tool only, because Makita, it's $136. What if I told you I found out who makes the Makita coffee maker? I've kind of hinted at this in other ones, but we're going to come out right now and call them out. And that is Cenix, aka YAT Tools. I should do a background on them because we're talking about Chevron a lot. Well, Cenix is just a step down from Chevron, and they don't like Chevron anyway. They've got a chip on their shoulder about it. But look at this. Pretty much the same price. In fact, a little bit cheaper. It's $135. I'll make it full screen. It's $134.10, and there's a coupon that takes this down to $84. $84. But you're like, but I don't want to get in the Cenix line of batteries. I have to buy another line of batteries. Guess what? You don't have to. First of all, it comes with a battery and charger. So it slides you right in. I mean, basically, you're getting the battery and charger for free, and they're going, or they're buying the battery and charger, getting a free coffee maker. Anyway, it's a full kit. But better yet, it's a hybrid. You can plug that sucker in. Plug it in, use it cordless, on the job site, camping, anywhere you want. Out in your shop, you don't want to use the power, all your power is taken up, pop a battery in it. You got access to a port, plug it in, whole 9 yards. Don't think it will actually charge the battery. That would be cool if it would do that. If I could charge the battery with my coffee maker, come on. But this is it, man. And you're like, well, I don't drink coffee. Cup of soup? Tell me you don't have cup of soup. Or some tea, or any of that, or ramen. Just heat up some water, make some ramen with it. Oh my gosh, I'm adding this to cart. And I gave away my Cenix tools. I had a whole set of Cenix, and I gave them away for someone to do some testing and stuff. I'm going to add that to cart because at that price, I forgot to clip the coupon. I'm going to clip the coupon. I'm going to add it in again. There we go. All right. So at that price, that's ridiculous. All right. Let's keep going here. Makita. 40 volt angle grinder. This is the big boy angle grinder from Makita. 40 volt with the battery, with the charger, with the bag. Makita makes some of, if not the best chargers in the industry. Great bags, by the way. Lowest price in 30 days. By the way, not a terrible grinder. All right. 14% off, coming in at $300. All right, then we got the Makita. This one, the battery life on this is even better than the 40 volt. It's going to take a long time for this one to run down. 4.5-inch paddle grinder with switch, non-removable guard. This is a buy it for life kind of tool as much as any grinder can be. And the listen, normally $238, on sale 40% off down to $143, and a coupon price taking it down to $114. Brothers and sisters, this is the tool that you're going to buy and you're going to keep for a good long time. I go for that one. All right, let's talk about DeWalt pressure washers. DeWalt, they ran Honda engines for the longest time. Great pressure washers, on par with Simpson quite often. They've kind of come down a notch, and I'm going to show you this because I often talk about, hey, take a look at the reviews and see if there's a fish hook. This thing's 4.2 stars, 861. Let's take a look at those reviews. That, my friends, is a fish hook. You see how it comes down? Here's the lead where you tie your string, comes down, and that's where it gets you, right there in the jaw. And it traps you 14%. The fish hook qualifies if the 2 and the 3 stars added together, that's 7. If the 1 star is more than that, it's double. It's double, which means it's probably quality control. All right. There's something on this thing that fails after X amount of time, depending on it. So I would stay away from it. I'm just showing it to you because I was going through. I'm like, oh, DeWalt, they use, man, nah. And it's a good example of watching out for that fish hook. All right. Then let's talk about the DeWalt XR impact driver. Now this is a bare tool only. Bare tool. And we're coming up here with the 3-speed XR. It's normally $169. It's on sale for $129. All right. Then this is a great little vacuum system here. All right. It's got a ton of reviews on it. Let's see if it's got a fish hook. Not a fish hook in sight. Battery not included. It is, again, bare tool, but oh my gosh, you get all the accessories. It's a good, solid handheld vac. You can use it as a hand vac. You can use it as a stick vac. It's great for cleaning your car, all sorts of stuff. It's $100. I can't say enough about this one. And then, of course, this is a great option for using those Whately batteries I always talk about. DeWalt compatible, plus they act as a battery bank with USB charging and whatnot. USB Type-C fast charging directly to the battery, so you don't even need a charger. I can tell you, I love those batteries. Are they going to give you the top-tier power, like if you're running one of the big circ saws or something? No, you're going to want to use, like for your primary tools, you're going to want to use a DeWalt battery. But for your secondary and tertiary tools, again, for $56, you're getting two 6-amp-hour batteries that are USB capable. Come on. All right, now we're back over with Craftsman, the 6-amp-hour battery charger. All right, this is a 6-in-1 solution, 6-volt and 12-volt. It's a battery maintainer. It's a booster. It's good for basic, power sports, marines, and such. It's coming in. Normally, it's $150. It's on sale right now for $129. Then, if you're like more on a budget, you're not going to be doing quite as much stuff. Here's your 4-in-1. It does 6 and 12 volt, but again, it'll do car, truck, and marine as well. Coming in at $71. That's 17% off. All right, then we got the Craftsman 308-piece socket set. This is a big set right here, okay? And it comes with the trays. Look at that. That's nice in your toolbox, all right? No, it's not the overdrive system, but it's also not the raised panel system either, all right? So I liked that about this. You're coming in here normally $319, 38% off. Deal selling fast. You think? 38% off? I bet it is. All right, then Bosch. This is something I can't remember the last time I saw this thing on sale. The Bosch GIM 60. This is a 24-inch digital level, all right? Not just your standard. It's got the bubbles. You can look at the bubbles, but it's also got the digital built in. This is a high-end professional grade level, normally $200. It's on sale for $170. That, for anything in the Bosch professional line, is a hell of a deal. All right, then speaking of which, look at this. We're just not stopping here. This is the Bosch Big Boy SDX Demo Hammer, 14 amp, variable speed, normally $729. You'll be able to rent this out to your buddies and around town and stuff like that. $550, $268 on this thing. That, talk about, as far as SDS hammers, that's about as much buy it for life as you're going to get. I would put that up against a Hilti, any day of the week. I think that can hold its own. $552 on that one. All right, then we've got the Bosch Circ Saw. This is on the lower end of their professional value pro kind of line, prosumer-esque. But again, this is for the average Joe, this is a buy it for life tool. This is the classic 7¼ inch right-facing saw. A lot of people are like, why would you want a right-facing saw? I want to be able, I don't know. It's, for me, when I'm sawing, I'm usually like this, and I'm looking right down at the blade. If I'm on I'd have to change my hands, and no, I want a right-facing blade. I'm old, I'm stuck in my ways. $99 on that one. All right, then we're over at the Harbor Freights with the Warrior. Why are you showing me Warrior? Why? This thing's terrible. Why would you show me their 12 volt? It doesn't have enough space. It's $15. It's $15. Remember, I often say there's very few truly bad tools. You just have to find the right job for that tool. And at $15, there's a lot of jobs I could think of for that. Just keep it in the kitchen to drive, screws and stuff with that. You could use it for that. At $15, maybe first kit for the little kids to get started. Maybe something for your brother-in-law just to frustrate the crap out of him. Anyway, $15. That seems like I can find a job for that tool. All right, we're over at Menards. Thanks again to Mike for sending these over here. We got the Guidesman 10x10 Easy Lift pop-up canopy coming in at $70. Look at that's everyday price is $100. Sale price is $78. 11% rebate takes it down to just under $70 for a nice little pop-up. That's a good deal on that one. Then we got the Irwin line level. I grew up with these. This was kind of like the gold standard there. Okay, maybe not the gold standard, but like the cheap standard, the brass standard, if you will, coming in at $5 on that. I like that's a decent line level there for $5. All right, then we got, look at this, the Brooks one. Brooks, $15, 4-inch mini chainsaw. I'm scared of it. $5. I mean, I like me a cheap mini chainsaw, but at a certain point, I'm like, is it too cheap? I don't know. It's over at Menards. Let me know, and then tell me how many fingers you got left. All right, $14.99 on that one. You're on your own. Make your own decisions. I'm not responsible for you buying this and cutting off you or someone else's digits or any other body part. All right, then we got the double can cooler. I had to include it. Michael sent it over. Look at this. So if you, come on, you've been out there, you got your koozie, you got a beer, you finish it, you're like, I don't want to go all the way back to get a second beer. Oh, look, it's already in my koozie. You just swap the beers out, you keep going. It's a bit much for me, all right? I'm not much of a beer drinker. So let's be honest, $12.49. You could hold sodas. I could put a Diet Coke in there. Anyway, $2.49 on that one. This one, I got to talk about it. You know, I've been fighting off this head cold that the kid brought back from school. It's that time of year. Man, if you got kids or anybody else, get yourself a forehead thermometer like this, $2. It's just super easy. And you're like, well, I don't know how accurate it is. As a parent, I can tell you it's super easy. If you're not sick, you take it, you point it at your own head, then you point it at their head. Is it different? That's all you need to know. All right, anyway. All right, Lowe's. I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm doing this. Craftsman. I'm recommending the Craftsman 2000 series 41-inch by 38-inch rolling cabinet. It's on sale right now for $339. You're like, but you've bitched about Craftsman. You bought 4 of them and you're pissed at them. Yeah. I'm hurt. I'm emotionally hurt because the Craftsman, they're just not the same quality they used to be. And they're not like, they use like sheet metal screws where there should be bolts or at least riv nuts and stuff like that. And there's a lot of edges that they could have ground down that they didn't. But, you know, for storage, I mean, it's a box, right? And I mean, I love me some US General, but the US General 27-inch is now $400. It's a great box. It's gone past prosumer to value pro, right? I do know pros who use the US General Series 3. And they're thrilled with it. So that kind of leaves the rest of the field going, well, on $339, this is a heck of a deal. And it's a lot of storage for $339. That's a great little cart. Something else I got to recommend these for is, 3D printers. I've used, at the other shop, I've got the big 50-inch one. And I've had a heat press and a 3D printer on that for years. And they work great, especially the smaller ones, because then you can move them around your shop as you need, if you need space, all the storage for everything. It keeps that one hobby all in one compartment, and that's what I like about it, all right? Anyway, $339. You can do the same thing with a grinder or any other kind of tool. It isolates it and keeps it on that one area, and you have storage for all the accessories and everything that go with it. All right, then we're over at the Home Depot. Big orange, we've got the M18. This is your 5-inch random orbit sander coming with a free battery, free tool or battery, online only, all right? It's coming in at $229, free gift with purchase, so you're BOGOing that one. Then we're over here, look at this, the job site pack out speaker here, all right? So there's a Bluetooth speaker with not one but 2 M12 batteries, 2 amp hour, not even the 1.5, it's the 2 amp hour batteries with the charger. Basically, you're buying the batteries and getting the charger and the speaker for free. That's what that deal is. 65% off, I bet. This one's a special buy, ends in 12 hours, all right? This one, that's a special buy, it keeps going. And then we got this one ends in 12 hours also. This is the M18 Fuel, full power, 18 volt, with the 5 amp hour battery, the oscillating multi-tool Fuel, again, top of the line there, coming in at $209. That's 46% off. And it's a BOGO. Click down here and you can get, not BOGO, but you can get 5% off of this, the blade kit. But who's not going to do that? You're going to do that. You know you're going to do that. All right. Then we got some other stuff here. We got some power stuff. We got the, I know someone told me how to pronounce it, Opez. Are they French? I don't think they're French. Anyway, the Mega 1. I'm a big fan of the Mega 2. And I talked about the Mega 1. I'm like, the Mega 1, and, the sale. And we're talking about on their website. And I'm like, why would you buy the 2 or why buy the 1 when the 2 is only $100 more? And apparently they heard me. And now on Amazon, the 1 is dropped down to $469 for a 1K box with 2,000 watt output, 4 120, 6 USBs, all the other power output, expandability on top of it, and it will do solar. All of that for $469. That's a pretty nice budget box right there. All right, and then we got, again, Win. You remember Win, right? The 3,600 watt dual fuel, super quiet, lightweight inverter generator, fully enclosed. So you're getting all the whisper quietness of the fully enclosed with the full sine wave power of the inverter. Nice and lightweight, easy to carry. It's coming in 10% off, down to $492. Anyway, that's all our deals today. Thanks again to Brooklyn Bedding for being a long-term, supporter of the channel. Go check them out, man. If you're not sleeping right, first thing you got to look at is your bed, and then also probably less caffeine. I know, right? Anyway, I'm trying my best. I am. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. If you like what we do here, go ahead and chomp the old like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on. You still here? Got a little bonus for you. If you saw my video I did the other day on the socket trays, all right, these were 3D printing these socket trays. I put the STL files up in the other video. But I got some feedback from some people and some stuff that I was like, oh yeah, I should have thought about that. So we've come out with the second rev. And this, it's kind of hard to see there on the screen. We've got chamfered insets, so when you grab it, it's easier to grab. The bottom is chamfered all the way around so it can sit up in a tray. All the machinists were like, you got to chamfer those bottom edges so it can sit flush in them. So we did that. And we took the logo off the top, put it on the side, along with some text on there. We're going to be playing around with it, probably shorten the text up, make it a little bulkier so it prints better. But like this says 1/2 inch metric chrome, so you know which one is which. Anyway, if you like the new style, compare it. Let me tell you, which one? You want just the solid brick style or the new chamfered edge style? Let me know down below.